Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept Podcast. Where I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. How you all doing out there? Hope you're doing well. Hope you all having a blessed and beautiful day, man. You know, normally I start off with some intro music, but I'll get into some later. But yeah, man, I hope y'all having a blessed day. Um, Damn, it's been a while. You know, I've been a bit distracted. You know, um, but it's okay because I'm getting back on track. You know what I mean? Everything's been moving along very smoothly. That's all I can really say. Everything's been moving along very, very smoothly and, making progress in my personal life so that way I can better my family life for me and my children. You know what I mean? Um, I got to stay focused. You know what I mean? I just got to stay focused and maintain, and do what I got to do. You know what I mean? Play my part in my story, man. You know, I'm indebted with gratitude to, you know, to the creator, to the one that allows me to always come back to me, to the one that always allowed me to come back to me. I've been doing little posts and things like that by Carl Jung, a scientist and everything. And Carl Jung believes that um, you know, everything is manifested from you. You know what I mean? You control your own, you know, not even that. Excuse me. That was one of the things too. But the fact that you can feel when something's, askew or whatever. You know what I mean? The world will introduce um, good distractions in your life. You know what I mean? Good distractions far as people, far as money, far as material things. If your distraction is a game, it'll be that. If your distraction is drugs, it'll be that. If your distraction is women, it'll be that. If your distraction is just life situations that you can't. Just some people's distraction is violence. Some people's distraction is they just can't stop being distracted. Right? That's how it is at times. It's been like that for me lately a bit. Hold on, just being distracted. And my recent podcast, I was talking about refocusing, and now I'm here doing this podcast about you know being distracted. Right? So that goes to show you that. Hmm, just stay on topic. Sometimes I do that. I get off topic. It's funny to me just to ponder. But yeah, man, it's a lot I wanted to talk about in this episode of God Concept Podcast. About Trump, him doing a ceasefire with Israel. About Trump um, basically allowing ICE to run around, you know, in these cities, in these inner cities, and deport children. Just pull them right out of school. They was offering them money and everything to turn themselves in and go to another country, like some ridiculous amount, like $2,500. Or I don't know if it was that or a little bit more. I don't know. Don't take me verbatim, right? Because this is just something that I heard on the interwebs and from other people's, mouths. And it's like it's crazy that this country would allow an agency to deport children like that. I mean, I understand if the parents came here legally. Yeah, okay, that's one thing, right? But once they have those children here, or even those children that they brought here, they should be grandfathered in. You know what I mean? They should be allowed to at least live their life. You know what I mean? And at least pursue their citizenship, right? I mean, the children. What harm could they do? See what I mean? We really got to think about what is this deportation thing about? What is ICE really about? See what I'm saying? It's about more than just deportation. You know, America is a plantation, right? Granted, America is basically a plantation for people. Some of us are allowed to make it out. Some of us are mass, and just persevere and make it out. A lot of that happens, but a lot of what happens is control. You know what I mean? And just to show you how controlling it is, you know, Trump allowed these people to just deport children, deport, you know what I mean? Future citizens, right, of America, right? Future scientists, future mathematicians, future philosophers, future artists, or whatever they choose to be, right? At least let these children go through school, gain their knowledge, and take their tests to at least gain their own citizenship. You know, maybe their parents wasn't afforded the same opportunities. But I see it like this. If children are in school already and they're gaining an American curriculum, right, from America, then they should at least be able to, you know, take that curriculum and apply it to actually gaining their own citizenship. Children should be exempt from being deported by ICE, period. Now, from what I hear from, you know what I mean, different sources is like they actually go to a school and pull children right out the classroom and you know what I mean, get them out the country. Like, you know what I mean, take them wherever they gotta take them, process them, and go about actually getting them out the country. And it's ridiculous. It's like they're just children. Like how could you, you know, take that stance against a child? It's a wicked system we live in. You know what I mean? A lot of us been done wrong. A lot of us been done very fucking dirty by America. But the longer you live, right? Because a lot of that shit we just hear about it. We don't even really experience that shit. A lot of fucked up atrocities that happen in America, we don't really ever experience. We just hear about them. We know about them because we heard about them and from accounts of people who may have really been through it, right? From older folks and this and that. But the longer you live, if you get to live that long, you're gonna actually live through some of these atrocities and things that people experienced in the past. You know what I mean? Uh, Many races experienced atrocities in the past. You know what I mean? Where they people was getting moved here, moved there, and being massacred by the. I mean, hell, this America, this country was built on murder, right? Look at the Native Americans. They were slaughtered. You know what I mean? They just signed Christopher Columbus Day. That's another fucked up thing that I think Trump did recently. Christopher Columbus Day. I thought we took that holiday away and then he put it back into play because they took it away and gave us Indigenous Peoples Day, right? Because they figured out that he was the one that you know murdered a lot of fucking Native Americans and shit like that, cut babies out their stomach, did horrible things to the natives, right? And it's funny that I'm talking about this right now today because Monday is Indigenous Peoples Day, right? And those, you know, to be frank with you, no offense to nobody, but those Spaniards and those English and a lot of other groups of people came here and they massacred the people that was from here. Some of them worked with them, some of them didn't, but a lot of it was murder, murder for capital. This country is built up on murder for capital, humiliation for capital, hurt you for capital. What it's about. Hurt you to keep you down. The more royal your blood is, and I say this all the time, the more royal your blood is, the farther they want to see you down, right? Because of certain things that they did to your ancestors, to not even groups of people, not even groups of races of people. When I say your ancestors, I mean your specific ancestors, the ones who hold your last name. That's the key element to who you are, right? That last name, right? That surname, right? Pagan, right? That holds weight. That's something, right? That's a Latin last name. That's it's something. Pagani, Pagano, Pagan. Or if you even look it up, it's a very, and I'm sure you know what I mean. It's the same for you as well. Whatever your last name is, and if they did some fucked up shit to the people that hold that last name, they'll never let you ahead. And I just thought about this. Why you think people change their last names? A lot of stars, they be like, oh, I changed it because it sounded better, was more appealing. Yeah, that was a reason. But they really fucking changed their last name because they wasn't going to let them ahead with the last name that they was holding. The last name that they was holding couldn't get ahead. They didn't want that legacy for them to get ahead. So they changed their name. They switch it up. They get themselves a different name. They can call it what they want. And after they crawl themselves out of this fucking crab in a barrel ass society that we live in, that's really a dichotomy, then they can really reveal, oh, well, my last name is really this, or why they coming up, you'll know their last name, but they still got that stage name or whatever it is that they use, right? They don't want some people to come up. And it's so systematic and fucked up because it is a systematic world that we live in, right? This shit is like virtual reality, right? It got systematic consistencies. They work on us through the very people that we're around every day. The very people we interact with and things like that is involved in either boosting you up or breaking you down. And it's systematic. See, people in your life for reasons and seasons, you know? And I appreciate the building up aspect of anybody coming into my life. But once you start to try to break me down, then it's, you know what I mean? And you can see that. It's a you always, and I did a podcast on this too, you always gotta have your guard up nowadays. Because somebody's always, it's a control, it's a manipulation. There's always something like that. There's always some aspect of control and manipulation, always. And you can't get around it. It's like unavoidable. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's human nature for that to happen. What happened to the love aspect when you're not trying to be controlling or manipulative to this person or that person, right? What happened to the love aspect? What happened to the love? People don't genuinely love no more. Or they use that love as a facade to mask the secret bullshit they do in their life. People aren't honest anymore or loyal. And even if they are, it's always something that they holding back. Why have secrets when we all know that anything in the dark comes to light? Why have a fucking secret when anything that's left in the dark will eventually come to light? I know a lot, not because I'm some fucking hacker or genius on the fucking or this or that or some spy agent or no shit. I know a lot because it's innately in me to be able to read your motherfucking thoughts, desires, your wants and needs. To read when you fucking me over. To realize when something is awry, when something ain't right, when something just feel funny. See, I'm a sucker for love type of guy. I love love. I love to be loved and I love to love others, right? And it's sad because I can never find anybody to genuinely love me. The only person whom I ever felt genuinely loved me was my grandmother, right? Genuine love. I never experienced a love like that. Never experienced a love like that. And I fear that I never will again. Because loves like that are rare. Love like that is precious. And a lot of people can't deliver it because they never experienced it. Or even if they did experience it, why would you want to pass down a watered version of something that was so pure? People just don't get it. People really just don't get it. Trump shutting the government down, fucking all the checks up, had to lighten the mood a little bit. I mean, fucking everything up, man. It's like they will shut you down. I've been shut down by the government. umpteen fucking times. I've been shut down. I still be shut down because I need the support of people. I need the support of you. You know what I mean? I need that support. If I got that support, then you can't be shut down. You can't be drowned out. Your sound can't be drowned out or anything like that because you have support. But if we keep supporting people who's shutting down governments and shit like this, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Trump supporter. I love Donald Trump, right? But I understand that Donald Trump, as much power as the man has, he's a fucking puppet. Congress really runs shit. Whomever is across that water making calls and making plays and shit, run shit. America really don't run America. The United Nations do. Because this is where all the nations unite. Right the fuck here. And that's a Congress for your ass. That's a conglomerate. That's what that is. So we could play naive and play stupid and not really be, you know what I mean? It's like, when the fuck is people gonna wake up? We get so into our everyday fucking life. We get so into the things that we just do on the ins and outs on a daily fucking basis that we forget, man, that we are all fucking slaves here, bro. We are all fucking slaves. The more you realize that, and the more you go up against that, the more they gonna go up against you. And it's just like that. You know what I mean? This recording just got stopped about 2 fucking times. Random calls. I hate that shit. That shit make my balls itch. But yeah, man, all of this ICE deporting children and shit like that. Because right now we got Operation Lost Child 2.0 going on. So y'all not even aware of this type of shit. I'm putting y'all on right now. Operation Lost Child 2.0 is going on out this motherfucker. In America and abroad. And if you don't know what that is, all you gotta do is look it up. These people love fucking with children. They love fucking with children. If you don't see the pattern yet, then I don't know when you will. They'll fuck with your child, with your children by bringing them to this country illegally, and then traumatizing you while you're in this motherfucker, and then sending you back somewhere that you don't even understand no more because you ain't never been there. So go figure. That shit real, man. Let the fire truck go past. He doing a good fucking job. Gonna fight that fire, save his fucking life. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to save some fucking lives. I'm trying to save my life and my children's life. And anybody else's life who's willing to walk with me. Just walk with me. Don't be against me. Walk with me. I ain't against nobody. I'm against oppression. I'm against oppression. And people do some stupid shit and they think that a soft oppression is funny or something, even when it's done by a system. Like when you're trying to get something done in your everyday fucking life and you going through the program, right, that you got to go through. But at the same time, people who's running the program is trying to fuck you over while you going through the program, right? They trying to catch you doing shit that, like, catch you and I mean, it's like trying to trap you up so that you don't make it through the program to ultimately get what you need to get out of the program. It's like a vicious fucking cycle, and it be your own people who doing it. It be our own fucking people. I don't give a fuck who it is. It be blacks, whites, Hispanics, Indians, all, I'm talking about the red dot Indian. Native Americans, we real Native Americans. We don't really be fucking nobody over. I'm Cuban, Irish, Native American. And some, but yeah, I'm mixed up a lot. Mixed a lot. A lot of y'all is mixed up the same fucking way, but y'all don't realize it. Y'all just choose to pick one side and y'all that. You know what I mean? That's that. Shit. I got African American in my blood too. But it's like, a smidge. I mean, the some is there. Cause I never really met my grandfather. And to be honest with you, I don't know if they lying and telling me that somebody was African American and they wasn't. That's in my bloodline. And I don't want to claim nothing if I'm not really that. So, go figure. I know we melanated people, we people of color, but I never met my grandfather. I never met, you know, the William who birthed my mother and a few of my uncles, right? I never met that man. I seen pictures of him, but when I see pictures of him, it's like a black and white picture, and you can't really tell if he's black or what is he. I'm gonna tell you what he looked like to me. He looked like a Native American man. He looked you know, like he's Native American or some type of mixture. Like he's mixed. Like whatever the fuck he is. I don't know what he is, but he's mixed with something. You know what I mean? He was a military guy, so I don't know. Yeah, man. It's a deep, intricate thing that we all live in. I mean, a lot of people just rather live their life and not really dive into their family history and things like that. But it's like you gotta know who you are and where you come from. That's one thing I do like about that I do love about Puerto Ricans and because they know who they from. They know where they from. A lot of us just say we something. Are we black? Are we black or are they white? We black and are they white? We black and they all are they white? No, it's not like that because the terms black and white are so vague. You got different races of white people, just like you got different races of black people. So how can you classify everybody being black and oh they white because their skin look a certain way? Yeah, they may be, they may have that pigment, but what are they? You know what I mean? Latin, Greeks, they look like white people too, right? They would even call themselves white. On paperwork, they're white. But Latins, Greeks, Romans, Italians, come on now. Come on. What are you really? You white? You the fuck white? Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. You're not white. By no fucking chance. You could put that shit on your paperwork because it look good. You might get paid better. You might get better jobs and all that bullshit. But you're not white. You're not. You're not. Not at fucking all. Not one bit are you white. If you Greek, Italian, all of that type shit, like, Greek, Italian, Rome, shit like that, you're not white. But they'll call themselves white on paperwork. Yeah. People from over there, Venice and all that shit, yeah. They get that classification. I don't know what benefits they get from it because I ain't got the classification. Closest I ever got to it was a Trump card that I bought. But yeah, man, it's just ridiculous times. And it's like that for black people too. It's like, yo, you got all different types of black people. That's why Spanish people, you know what I mean? If you call a Puerto Rican a Dominican, they'll be mad at you. If you call a Dominican a Puerto Rican, they'll try to hurt you, right? Oh, ain't no fucking da, da, da. I mean, it's like, damn. You act like I just called your mom a bitch, or I just, you know what I mean, called you, out your name or something by just simply mischaracterizing you because you look similar. You know what I mean? Then you got some Dominicans who look black. You know what I mean? You call them, African American. They no, I'm not African American. I'm Dominican. The fuck? That goes to show you. Black is vague. Black and white is vague terms. You can't really use those terms to classify anybody no more. It was trickery even to get niggas to think that they could call themselves black and white because they wanted that vagueness there, right? They wanted that vagueness there. It was a reason to get you to lose the sight of who you are. It's always been that way. If you don't know who you are, then it's easier to deceive you. It's easier for you not to find out the things they do to your surname, your last name, your namesake, right? Black and white. When I think about black and white, you know what I think about? A checkerboard or a chessboard. A chessboard is even better, right? 'Cause that's what this shit is. Chess out here, man. I'm gonna tell you, I make moves to help people, right? To be with people because it's like I'm a very loving person. Like I said, man, it's like I want and need, companionship, but you can't expect it from everybody, right? And it's like you can't seek it from everybody. It's like sometimes you find that it's just, you know, I digress. I get deep, man. I get very philosophical, man. Yeah. But anyway, that's my episode. I hope all this shit has been recording all this whole time and I ain't been just sitting here bumping my motherfucking gums for no reason. I hope that shit. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Please go out, listen to the songs that I've been posting. I'm trying to, get more, listenership, get more fans for it because, to be honest with you, if you never listen, you don't know if you'll like it or not, right? So just listen, see if you like it. If you like it, then like it. You know what I mean? Play it, put it on your playlist or whatever like that. Go out, look at the literature as well, read the literature. You know what I mean? There might be some insightful words there. You know what I mean? For you, that'll make you personally grow as a person, as whatever. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Um, Thank you. Peace.